All right, just me tonight. Sorry, better half is not in this video, but I wanted to talk a little bit about those relationships that we formed with Standing Stone. Many of you know that we have very intentionally been trying to push back the gates of hell in some significant ways that really make a difference externally. And tonight I want to talk a little bit about the internal struggle. The struggle is real. Not quite sure how to approach this, but I know that we've had a lot of friends that we've talked with, and some friends are so awesome. Even before we sit down and talk with them about Standing Stone, they said, "Hey, whatever it is, we're in." It's super cool and honoring and all that. Then we have some other friends that even been friends for a long time, but they just don't get it and not they just don't understand why we're doing what we're doing or why it takes fundraising or anything like that. And then there's people that we hardly know, and we're calling them up and saying, "Hey, would you support us in this ministry?" And if I'm honest, it's just been weird. It's been hard. And I think if I'm super honest, it's humbling, is what it is. It's humiliating even to go to people and say, "Hey, would you support us?" In this ministry. I don't know how fundraisers have done it for so long. It's tough work, and especially for me, I've come to realize that like the reason it's so hard for me, difficult for me, is I've thought about relationships as these people want a relationship with me because I've always been a giver in the relationship. I always want to give more than I'm receiving, and that's what creates a good relationship for me. Like if I had this invisible ledger that I wanted to make sure that I was always in that position with that person. And Standing Stone has really forced me, this whole fundraising piece has really forced me to grow my faith and to be honest about that dynamic in the relationships because I'm on the receiving end of a relationship more so than I've ever been in my life. I'm having to rely on other people, and it's been humbling, but in really good ways, and it's grown my faith in really good ways. So I think tonight I'm just saying thank you to those that have been patient in my life, that have been good to me relationally, and loved me even though I had this invisible ledger, and even more so now, like are caring about me and walking me through those difficult times. I was reminded that when Jesus sent out the 70, he said, "Hey, don't take an extra bag, don't take an extra tunic. Like you just rely on the people. If you go into a house and they're gracious to you and they provide for you, then great, do your ministry there. And if they don't, that's fine too. But don't you're going to be in a posture where you really rely on people, and that's not been the case for me for my life up until this point, and it has been now. So it's not the American way, but it's the way that Jesus taught, and it's the way that we're living more so now than ever. So again, just a big thank you for letting us do this external work of pushing back Satan's hold on churches and on individuals. Thank you for giving us time and space to do that. And surprisingly, to me, thank you for just helping me to learn about relationships and faith in this special way.